Good morning, everyone. Rise and shine and say hello to Rocco.
Hi, Rocco Gibson here.
Recording artist, chef, yoga instructor, and he's showing us how to start the day on a positive note. And while we're hanging out with Rocco, get ready for a dose of healthy vibes for mind, body, and spirit.
Black pepper. There we go. Bon appetit. I'm going to talk to you about Byron Katie's method of saying no. If no is the honest answer to you, many times, someone is going to come up to you asking you for something or asking you to do something, and your answer many times may be yes. You may see absolutely no problems with, with providing whatever for the person, but many times your answer is going to be no. And many times you have probably said yes because you're afraid of what the other person is going to think. You're afraid of what the other person is going to, say to you or whatever. So basically what it is you find what your truth is, whether, let's just say, your kid asks you to borrow the car. You absolutely do not want to let your child, take the car because, this child has gotten in trouble before, or this person tends to, text a lot while driving. That the real answer is no. And of course, if you are afraid of how your child's going to react, if you, have this fear of disapproval which many of us do, you're going to lie and you're going to say yes. Byron Katie says, a dishonest yes to someone else is a no to me. She always says yes to herself. And if her answer is no, she approaches it like this. So there's two parts. The first part is hearing what the other person is saying, the other person's viewpoint, acknowledging that. The other part is her truth, or what your real truth is. So she understands that the child wants to take the car, and she doesn't feel the child can handle it. So she would actually say this, hon, I want to give you the car. I want to be able to let you. And she doesn't use but, she uses the word and. I don't feel I can let you take the car. And she says, no matter what the person says, no matter how the person responds, she just sticks to that one-liner. And she says this, which is really interesting. Somebody who can hold their truth can stick to that one-liner, and somebody who's afraid is not going to be able to. They'll be talked into it. So Eckhart Tolle, who wrote A New Earth, The Power of Now, he calls that the high quality no. And Byron Katie, she doesn't have an actual term for it, but it's the method she uses when someone wants something from her and her answer is no. She was interviewed by Oprah, and they did an example. They were talking about this, and they role played. So Oprah said, I have a lot of family members and friends coming up to me and asking me for money. And many times in the past, I've said yes because I feared their disapproval. And so they role played. So Byron Katie says this. She goes, okay, I'm going to be you, Oprah, and you are going to be someone who loves me very much. You're going to be your family member. So the role play kind of went like this. Hey, Oprah, keep in mind they're role playing. Oprah, can I have $100? Then Byron Katie, as Oprah, says, I hear that you want $100 and no. Then Oprah, as the relative, but you have a lot of money. Yeah, I do. And no. But you could give me money anytime. I could give you money anytime, and no, it's just not true for me. But you should. I hear that you feel very strongly about this, and no. So that's how that works, and that's very tough for some people to do. I've used this method, and the one time that I really adhered to that, the person got really pissed off, and it didn't matter because I knew the answer was no. Specifically, it happened, it was actually someone trying to sell me something, and my answer was a simple no. And it was a very assertive, aggressive person, which is why this person got pissed off, but quite frankly, it didn't matter. And this method helped me not to get sucked into anything. So, summing it up, when someone asks something of you, if your answer is yes, if it's true for you, do it. Be generous. Generous of your time, generous of your attention. But if your answer is no, stick to the one-liner. Acknowledge the person and stick to whatever your truth is. Okay, talk later. Hi guys, I'm going to be reading verse 81 of the Tao Te Ching, Stephen Mitchell version. Okay, here goes. True words are not eloquent. Eloquent words are not true. Wise men do not need to prove their point. Men who need to prove their point are not wise. The master has no possessions. The more he does for others, the happier he is. The more he gives to others, the wealthier he is. The Tao nourishes by not forcing, by not dominating. The master leads. So I'm going to tell you how I interpret this. True words are not eloquent. Eloquent words are not true. Words are words. They're sounds that come out of your mouth. It's the truth behind them that give the words meaning. And so, if you think about a person who's talking and talking and talking and really does not know what they're talking about, or is an all talk, no action kind of person, you know that those words mean absolutely nothing, as eloquent as they may be. Wise men do not need to prove their point, and men who need to prove their point are not wise. I heard a saying once, and I think this may have been Eckhart Tolle, but I'm not sure. The truth needs no defense. So, in other words, if you're really true in what you're communicating, you don't have to prove it. You don't have to, make a big spectacle. A person's either going to believe you or a person's not. And quite frankly, you can't control what a person is going to, how a person's going to perceive what you're saying. So state your point. If it's true to what you believe in, you don't have to make a big spectacle of it. The master has no possessions. The more he does for others, the happier he is. The more he gives to others, the wealthier he is. This, I think, is an additional point within this verse. I think it's not so much about how you verbally present things, but I think this is about living in a spirit of generosity. Think of how good it feels to be able to give to someone. Christmas is coming up, right? Okay. As an adult, doesn't it feel great to be able to give, as opposed to when you were a kid, when you got all these presents and it's amazing? Also, think about, if you've given to someone less fortunate than you and you've helped that person, doesn't that feel amazing? That's wealth. And that's, just a wonderful thing, as opposed to the amount of money you may have in your bank account, right? Bank account, words, wealth, the truth. So the Tao nourishes by not forcing, by not dominating. The master leads. So by just kind of letting it be, being attuned to what you've got to do, there's a flow, and the flow is that Tao. So I think every person has their own unique style of presenting themselves, presenting a message. I have my own unique way. You have your unique way, which is great, and they all have value. What Lao Tzu is basically trying to say, and what Stephen Mitchell has been able to bring out, is that let the truth speak for itself. Words are words, but the truth has to be backed behind it for those words to have any power. And live in a spirit of generosity, and what you give out does come back to you. And what comes back to you is just, whether it's the same amount of money that you've given, or whether it's that good deed that you gave to someone that you get back. If you've forgiven someone for something awful that they have done to you, that means you're going to be forgiven for something awful that you may have done. So live in generosity, and the universe gives right back to you, or God gives right back to you, however you choose to see it. So that's verse 81. Hi folks, now I'm going to show you how I make the actual pizza, and trust me, it is amazing. The very first thing you're going to do is pull this out of the fridge, and you're going to let it warm up. You want to try to get it to room temp, and what's going to happen is this is just going to continue to rise even more. All you're going to need is one of the dough balls, mozzarella cheese. Make sure it is low moisture, that's important, and simple tomato puree, and of course oregano and Parmesan cheese as well. I just forgot to lay them out. Preheat your oven as high up as it'll go. This goes up to 500, and that'll be fine. We're gonna be cooking it in this 14-inch cast iron pan. I oiled this right up. That's important because you don't want the pizza to stick with enough oil on here. This is very well seasoned. It's not gonna stick. It'll be able to just come right off. You're also gonna want a cutting board, a wire rack. The oven is now at 500, and it's been about a half hour. So let's unpeel this, and there is use for this, by the way. We're gonna just place that over there. And look, now we're gonna transfer the dough onto the pan where it's gonna rise again. I put the plastic wrap right on top because we're now gonna press and expand it so it covers this whole thing. And the plastic wrap stops it from sticking to your hands. This is a sticky dough. This has been spread out. I removed the plastic wrap. Now we can just chuck that. And now we're going to just let this rise up for about another 20 minutes or so. And this has risen up. It's still gonna be a thin crust, but it's not gonna be like completely flat the way it almost was. It's gonna have some volume to it, which is great. The reason why I prefer to use uncooked sauce is because it's gonna have a fresher, more crisp tomato flavor. Oregano. Now, normally I would have been using Parmesan, but unfortunately we're out, so I'm using Pecorino Romano instead. It's gonna have a slightly different flavor, but it's still gonna be amazing. Now, it's ready to go in the oven, and we're gonna leave it in for about 15 to 20 minutes. Good night. It's a little more done than I was hoping to do. I really should have pulled it out a few minutes ago. I forgot to set the timer, but that's okay. Bada boom. We're gonna leave this for about 5 minutes because we don't want the steam to moisten or whatever the word is, up the crust. I did tear a little bit of it, but that's okay. I also added a little more Pecorino Romano on top. It's gonna melt, so it's just gonna give it some extra flavor. So it's been sitting for about 5 minutes. You just want everything to kind of settle up. So here, I use this guy because it's easier, it's bigger than my other knives, and you just kind of sway into it. All right, then go this way and that way.
AB Ice Cream and Candy Shop has everything to satisfy your sweet cravings. Choose from over 40 flavors of hand-dipped Hershey's ice cream, nostalgic candies, or freshly made cream and butter fudge made right here at our candy shop. We also have milkshakes and sundaes. Everyone deserves a treat. Get yours at AB Ice Cream and Candy Shop, located at 1010 West Fort Macon Road in Atlantic Beach. Call 252-648-8324 for more information, or get the whole scoop at abicecream.com.
So I'm going to show you guys a yogic technique that I do in the beginning of my own practice. So what it is make a fist, knuckles right under the chin, right? Just think of your mountain pose, stomach in, pelvis forward, marionette string lifting your head up. And on your inhale, your elbows are gonna go up. They're only gonna go up to the point where it feels good. Don't like strain all way up. You don't want to do that. And then when you exhale, breathe out, and you are going to very carefully let your neck go back where your elbows touch. If this is the first time you're doing this, the elbows may not touch, and that's fine. Then on your inhale, breathe through your nose, elbows go all the way up, and then breathe out through the mouth and let it sound nice and loud. Inhale, make sure your stomach is in, exhale, out. And if you've ever taken a Bikram class, this is the first thing that you do. And you do 2 rounds of 10, believe it or not. And in a Bikram class, you're doing this in a studio that's around 105 degrees. And that practice is 90 minutes, by the way. So it's definitely, it's an interesting experience, especially if you have never done yoga before. It's amazing. But what that does is it helps to expand your lungs. It helps to increase your coordination of body and breath because you're moving and you're breathing at the same time. So that's a little something for you. There's one more mantra that I teach in my own classes, which helps you to move the breath and the body at the same time. Body and breath moving together. They are the dance. You are the chaperone. Body and breath moving together. They are the dance. You are the chaperone. So it's about you're the awareness, and you're watching your breath, you're watching your body move, and with your awareness, you're making sure that they're dancing together.
Transform your home into a sanctuary by exploring BrielleandCo.com. From candles to room sprays, our collection of home essentials is designed to elevate your living experience. Choose from our unique fragrance blends using high-quality ingredients to effortlessly create a welcoming and beautiful home. Shop now at BrielleandCo.com. That's BrielleandCo.com. Le Rouge Tete is a stylish consignment home store in Morehead City, North Carolina, carrying luxurious pre-loved furniture, lighting, artwork, and more. We have everything you need to complete your home style. Le Rouge Tete is your destination for inspiration. We're located at 5270 Highway 70 West, Suite E in Morehead City. For more information, call 252-622-4244 or visit lerougetete.com. That's 252-622-4244.